Hey you, welcome back to Let's Play City Skylines. My name is Sashmo. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is Ellington, at least so far. Or Ellingtown, at least so far. We are kind of just plowing through the construction of this city. Let's take a look at a couple of things before we move in. Today is Monday, so this would be a good way to start the week. Kind of seeing what we got going on so far. We have all this residential area here, and here our roads, our kind of main roads, are aligned with commercial. And then over here, we've just started doing some kind of a high density area. So this kind of quadrant, not really a quadrant really, but this kind of area right here is going to be all of the high density stuff, and which is going to prepare me at least for what's going to be over here, which we're going to start thinking about, I think, this episode. This is going to be, I want to say, like the city. This is going to be all high density, all of our tourism, all of our, like, maybe a stadium or some kind of arena or a big park or something. I don't know. But I think this area is going to be the kind of city proper. And then this area is going to continue to be somewhat residential. However, I will be using, like I say, this area right here to kind of practice and see kind of what the challenges are with doing high-density commercial and residential and office zones. So I will not be doing any industry over here per se, I don't think. I think we're going to leave industry here and a little bit that we have down here. And I think in the future, because if you remember, we have oil over here. Where's the oil, the resource tab? There we go. If we look over here, we do have a bunch of oil. In the very beginning, I mentioned doing this kind of a clean playthrough, kind of keeping everything nice and green. So I have my doubts as to whether or not we're actually going to do anything with all this oil or forestry. I don't really know yet. I haven't made up my mind. If you have an opinion on that, let me know. I am interested in just doing as green as possible, maybe even eventually getting rid of all of this industry and kind of converting over. In the early game, it's necessary because your city doesn't grow unless you satisfy the industrial need. So I had to put it in to begin with. But at this point, I can start taking it back out and replacing it with offices, provided I have, of course, the education that my citizens are highly educated enough. So anyway, we have city working over here. We might replace this in the future, and we may or may not tap into the oil resource that we have over here. Just kind of things to be thinking about. Again, any thoughts or opinions on any of that, let me know, and you can help me design the city. I want to do a little bit of traffic management here in the beginning before we get started. We still have kind of this issue, which is this main road here and all the way up is kind of the main pipeline, which I thought was a good idea in the beginning, but I think I should have made this like 30-lane road or something like that, which would have been better. Actually, the AI in this game, I don't think would even, if I even had a 30-lane road, which, I mean, of course doesn't exist, but if I did, I don't think they would even use them. So just the pathing, I don't think works that way. So this is kind of the main source of the congestion, and I think part of it is because this right here is the only way for people to go from this area to this area, which is what I wanted initially, I guess not really thinking about the fact that this would be happening in the future. So the first thing is we're going to make some people happy. We're going to have to crack some eggs to make an omelet, and by that I mean I think we're going to connect right here and destroy some of those houses. Maybe give people another way to get across so they don't have to use this main road if they want to. For instance, if somebody in this house works in, let's say, like this building, then maybe they can use this road as opposed to coming through this junction here. Another consideration might be to do the same thing here. That kind of puts a lot of intersections in one spot. In fact, it puts too many. Yeah, if I did that, if I connected it right here, there'd be an intersection here, 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 here. So that's probably too many. So maybe this will help a little bit right here. And is there another way? People are just trying to get on the roundabout. I was hoping that people would use this right here. That is something else to think about. I think that once the city pops up over here and people actually start using this interstate, I think this will get used more often, which actually may not be a good thing. That remains to be seen. So yeah, I want to make that one minor fix. And anything else? I think not. I think not for right now. So let's let the game play. I might let it play in slow speed for the time being, and just so I can kind of monitor things. while we start thinking about this area at least. Our residential demand, or I'm sorry, our industrial demand is very high. Looking over here at our kind of the heartbeat of our city, the only thing is elementary education. And you know what? Let's go ahead and fix that. Let me put one of these in. And it's really this, yeah, it's only this area right here that's got low satisfaction. So we can put it right here. This will help at least. Kind of looking at where I get the most use. Well, let me decide. How are we going to... Let me look at my zoning real quick. Okay, I think I'll continue residential on this side. And then probably keep the offices kind of... There's more... The offices are more dense over here. There's only this little bit of residential, whereas all of this will probably be residential. So with that in mind, let's put the school on the side. That would better serve that. So there we go. That should help out a little bit. Not a ton, but maybe a little bit. Alright, what else? We have any notifications? No, everything is fine. Oh, we have one notification about electricity, which is that school. So, okay, with that in mind, let's go ahead and just, let's start zoning. We'll zone those two to start with, and that'll help connect the electricity over. There it goes. And yes, okay, with that hooked up to the power grid, now we are in the green with our elementary school. So there we go. Kind of our city's vitals are all in the green, except for these two, which we can ignore. And now we can move on. So, over here briefly, let's think. What kind of parks and plazas? I haven't really looked at this tab too much. Let's start taking a look at this and see. Here's tourism. It's fishing tours, jet ski rental, the marina. Marina, huh? A special design harbor with moorings for pleasure yachts and small boats. Okay. Restaurant pier. That sounds kind of nice. Entertainment 125. Let's see. Beach volleyball court. Riding stable. All kind of fun things to do. A skate park. Okay. City park. Amusement park. Small amusement park main gate. Okay, so this is something you have to like build. Man, amusement park would be kind of fun. Ground tiles. Wow, this tab has way more stuff in it than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. This time is Ferris wheel. We've got some kind of a house of horrors. Wow, so we could design like a custom park. I was expecting for some reason that the amusement park would just be like a kind of plop it down somewhere. But no, it's actually something you can design yourself. What else we have here? The zoo. I'm sure the same thing is true here. Yep. Nature reserve. Same thing is true. Okay, so we can design any of this. That's kind of fun. And then we have props and we have park maintenance, which I don't think the only park we have here, which is kind of abysmal, doesn't really need much. We will be sprucing up this park eventually. Charlie Parker Pun Park. We will be doing that. Something else while it's on my mind is that a viewer of mine, the Frustrated Canadian, who has his own channel that you should check out. I will put a card up somewhere if I remember to go check his channel out. He also does some City Skylines videos. He just recently started the Outer Worlds series. So go give him some attention. At any rate, there's a fire. He mentioned the Move It mod, where you can kind of click on things and drag them around. Apparently that's a very helpful mod, and I forgot to download it, but I will be downloading it soon to help move some traffic around, some roads around. But okay, there we go. Our money is at 14.6 grand a week. We're creeping up on $1 million, 720 in the bank. So I'm kind of just stalling a little bit because I'm not entirely sure how to start this. I would assume this highway needs to come and go straight across. So let's start with that. Let's go grab the highway and click. And would it be, let's see, I'm kind of imagining a world where the highway comes in and then what if the highway came in and then there was like an on-ramp and off-ramp, but then it continued and looped up, curved, and then same thing over here. There was an on-ramp and off-ramp before it connected right here. So it would be very similar to this. In fact, this would kind of all together make one big loop, right? So you can come in, and then there'd be an on-ramp and off-ramp to go into this city, and then it would bypass all the rest of it. There'd be an on-ramp and off-ramp to come into here, and then it would come back, and the same thing over here. So the only times you would ever really get on or off the interstate would be over here and over here. And that kind of limits how much kind of interstate traffic there is. I don't want people getting on the interstate kind of in this area, because I'm imagining this area being pretty heavily occupied. So that's what I'm thinking. With that in mind, of course, you can still just drag this kind of over here. So let's do that. We'll just commit to that. I'll do a curve. How many out did I come here? Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to turn it. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's kind of a nice steady curve. Straight road. And then, why would you do that? Don't do that. And then let's look at it from above. Right there. And then come down there. And then we'll do... I think I can just plant one of these down. Let me see. I think that's like an option in the game. Intersections. Yes, it is. I probably should have done this first. It's embarrassing, but I forgot how to rotate. I forgot how to rotate the things that I'm placing. I did it at one point or another. Shucks, how do you rotate this thing? But I can place that there. The game says that's okay. I wonder if... Let me pause the game real quick. What if I just get rid of a bunch of this? Turn. Shucks. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So, I thought I was trying this, but if you hold the right mouse button, then you can rotate like this, and if you just click it, it rotates it 45 degrees at a time. So, that's what I wanted to do. I need to move this back a hair though. Grab the intersection. There you go. Go that way. This needs to kind of line up best it can. Oops, nope. There we go. Let's line up this first. Close as you can. And then line up that, and that looks pretty good. Looks okay. Alright, now we go back to the highway. Grab our highway. Then there. Can I just connect it up? Yes, that makes pretty nice. Okay. And then we'll connect all these over. Drop the highway. Okay. Here. Ooh. Don't like that. That's gross. I'll fix that later. Yep, gross. Why does it go down to a 2-lane there? Oh, shucks, I have the... Oh, okay, because this is a 3-lane highway. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it right now, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I had the wrong highway grabbed. Okay, that's okay. That's okay as well. Look at that. Look how terrifying that would be in real life. Okay. So there we go. All 3 lanes. And then over here, ditto that. Can I upgrade? Can I just upgrade this? There we go. And then over here, I noticed there was a problem where that's going the wrong way and that's going the wrong way. Okay. Okay. And then here, we'll go back to the two-way for the time being. And I'll try to do this the best I can. It's a little tough to do to get it perfect, but yeah. I'm going to assume that. And then I went 5 out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 this way. Okay, that looks not terrible. And then we'll just kind of straight connect it over. Okay. Okay, yeah, not bad. And then we need to change the direction. So you're going the wrong way. So are you. Oops. You. Okay. That looks right. Everybody, right-hand traffic, left-hand traffic. Going this way, going this way, going this way. Not left-hand, but going the left way. Okay. Unless I'm missing something. Unless I'm missing something obvious. This looks okay. Alright. So, now that is done. We've already spent a lot of time in this episode. Let's now think about getting people off the interstate. This is going to be relatively simple. We're just going to do a 2-lane. We'll just do it this first notch here. And just kind of whatever comes off is fine. As close as I can get. So there. There's a way to get off, and then same thing, go down a step. Oops, that's underground. There is a way to get on. I drew it backwards, so let me flip that around. Okay. So there we go. That's how you can get on and off the interstate over by the bridge, and then ditto that here. This I might change in the future, we'll see. There. Excuse me. And there. They're not even. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, they're not even because of this. Let me change this too. Do straight. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this to look nice. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I would like it to be better than it is. It's better than it was. Yeah, that looks a lot better than it was. And then, okay, anyway, here we'll do from there to there. Okay. That looks pretty good. Ditto that. There we go. Okay. So we'll have ways for people to get from the outer, outskirts to other places to this city and here, both from this way and that way. I imagine this highway kind of being a dividing line between the city. So there will be, this will be kind of its own district, and all of this will be its own district. The idea occurs to me that it would be kind of cool to make this like a really big park or like entertainment district. So like all of this could be like colleges and offices and industry, or like commercial and all that. And then like maybe shipping and receiving, like maybe there'll be some kind of like cargo, I don't know, something over here, some kind of shipping hub. And I'm also realizing that this isn't a ton of space. So like I need to make sure that the scope is realistic. But this inner side here would be kind of cool to be a some kind of park or something like that. Anyway, and then how are people going to get from this area to this area? We need to go ahead and think about that as well. I have no problem making kind of roads that go underneath the bridge. It would almost be kind of cool to bisect this whole thing kind of diagonally, just for like visual purposes. May unpause the game so we can make some more money. We'll see about that. I don't know for sure. So if we have time, I'm recording the next video tomorrow. So if you happen to watch this video today, the Monday that it's released, let me know. And tomorrow morning, I will decide on what goes here. We can do a big park. We can do a theme park. We can do a zoo. We could do something kind of cool here, or maybe even several things. Maybe like a sports arena somewhere. I don't really know. This isn't a ton of space, but we could do something fun here. So if you have a comment, leave that before tomorrow. Otherwise, tomorrow I'll just decide myself and we'll do something here. Other than that, I think it'd be kind of bog standard, like necessities for our city over here. I don't know. I'm kind of talking off the top of my head. Everything is subject to change. Who knows? At any rate, now I do have this connected. So I am curious. Here we go. Yes, people are indeed using this to come in and out of our city. Let me speed up time a little bit. And yes, here we go. Somebody driving by. So I'm kind of curious, just by virtue of connecting this to the highway, what happens to the city. I do not know. We have no educated workers and no customers. That's all. That's not a big deal. This continues to be a nightmare. I may even do this, like fix this problem tonight and just tell you what I did tomorrow. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. This continues to be a nightmare. So I will think about this on my own time. What else can we do today before we get off this episode? I can add some more offices. And let's do offices here as well. And then we'll fill in this with the rest of the residential. And this should help with this demand at least a little bit. The amount of demand we're getting for industry is making me think that this would be very lucrative to start building over here. But there's just so many things in this game I haven't done yet. Just a little, makes me just a little nervous even to get into all that right now. Hamilton Square covers all of that. This should be its own district as well. And I should also start thinking about enacting different policies for these districts so that they kind of behave a little bit more differently. But we do not know for sure what that's going to entail. Jail availability apparently is low. Interesting. Or it's almost low. It's right there on the cusp of the green and yellow zones. Although everything looks fine. Crime rate's down 4%. So I'm not going to bother too much with that right now. Yeah, things are looking good. Unfortunately, I feel like I didn't get a lot done. I feel like I just did this episode, but I did like express my thoughts, and we're at least thinking about what to be doing. This place went out of business because they couldn't get customers. I blame you. Go away. Something else will rise from the ashes and be better than you ever were. I'm a mayor. I rule with an iron fist. I have zero compassion. We Yeah, I know I'm like fixated on the traffic here, but it's just like something it's just pinging in my mind like constantly, trying to see what I could do about this area. I just kind of I zoned myself I roaded myself into a corner here with this. Oh. And then the other thing too, I might do this next episode as well. In fact, it probably won't be a bad idea to start with this over here, is public transit. I really want to get some public transit going, especially because I went ahead and had the forethought to do bus lanes and stuff over here. We actually need to use them. I need to see if we can get people busing from over here to the college and vice versa. So, so on the plate for this week is going to be zoning this, creating some kind of educational area over here, and working on public transit both over here and over here in the future. And then also potentially thinking about this. So thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you helping me out and watching the video and enjoying it and leaving likes and comments and all that other good stuff. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe if you like what you saw. I want to see more. This episode didn't get a whole lot done, but I am kind of just I don't want to commit to anything right now. Tomorrow will be commitment day. So thank you again, and I hope you guys are having a good week. Bye.